Welcome back to Unmasking Project 2025. I'm Derek, and this is our final episode in this 3-part launch series. If you've made it this far, you know the stakes. You've heard the plan. You've seen the playbook. But now it's time to talk about something even more important: resistance. Not as a slogan, not as a meme, but as a strategy, a responsibility, a roadmap. With me again is the author of the Project 2025 Survival Guide, Randy Allen Walker. Randy, welcome back.
Thanks, Derek. This is the conversation that really matters. What people can actually do. Because recognizing the threat is only the beginning.
Let's start there. What does resistance mean in this context?
It means refusing to normalize what's not normal. It means understanding that democracy isn't just a political system, it's a daily practice. And when that system is under organized assault, we need an equally organized defense. But most of all, it means moving from passive awareness to active engagement. Everyone can do something, but no one can afford to do nothing.
You structure the final chapter of the book around 3 pillars: community, law, and culture. Let's go one at a time. Start with community.
Community is your first line of defense. Democracy lives locally. That means city councils, school boards, library boards, places most people ignore. But these are the exact arenas where extremist policies get tested first. If you're not in those rooms, someone else is. And this isn't just about running for office. It's about forming coalitions, attending meetings, organizing petitions, showing up. Even a handful of people showing up consistently can shift the balance in town.
You wrote, "The same machine that implements control nationally is tested municipally."
Exactly. If Project 2025 wants to erase rights, it will start with state legislatures and school policies. If you wait for a Supreme Court case, it's already too late.
Second pillar, law. What can be done legally?
The legal front is critical. Lawsuits slowed or blocked some of the most harmful Trump-era executive orders. And they can do the same again. But that requires resources, lawyers, funding, time. That's why it's vital to support organizations like the ACLU, Lambda Legal, and local legal advocacy groups. At the same time, legal resistance means knowing your rights. Knowing when a policy is unlawful. Knowing when a teacher, a boss, or a police officer is overstepping. Authoritarian systems depend on ignorance. Knowledge is armor.
You also talk about legal sabotage in the book, Exploiting Complexity to Bury Justice. What's that about?
It's a tactic authoritarian movements use to confuse and delay opposition. They pass ambiguous laws or use obscure regulations to erode rights. So part of resistance is having lawyers and watchdogs who can read the fine print before it becomes permanent.
That brings us to culture. What role does storytelling, education, media, what we might call the civic imagination, play here?
Culture is the battlefield of belonging. It's where people learn who counts, who matters, what's possible. If Project 2025 wants to redefine America, it has to reshape the narrative about race, gender, history, freedom. So our job is to tell better stories. True stories. Complicated stories. And to support institutions, journalists, artists, educators who resist erasure. Culture isn't decoration. It's defense. That means writing books, funding podcasts, teaching the real history of this country. It means not giving up the cultural ground.
So resistance is layered. It's not just one march or one lawsuit. It's embedded in how we live.
Yes, and no act is too small. Making sure your local school doesn't ban inclusive books? Resistance. Registering 5 people to vote? Resistance. Donating $20 to a civil rights fund? Resistance. The goal is to build resilient structures that outlast any one administration. Because Project 2025 isn't a 4-year plan. It's a generational vision.
Let's talk about burnout. A lot of people listening are already tired. The news cycle is overwhelming. The threats feel constant. What would you say to those people?
I'd say rest is allowed, but silence is not. You're allowed to step back, recharge, protect your mental health. But don't disappear. Find a role that's sustainable for you. And connect with others. Community is not just a tactic. It's also where you find strength. We don't fight alone. That's the biggest lie authoritarianism tells you, that you're isolated. You're not.
I love that. Rest is allowed, but silence is not. Let's close with this. What does successful resistance look like?
It looks like a society that doesn't fold when power overreaches. It looks like lawsuits that block unconstitutional orders. It looks like teachers refusing to erase history, doctors refusing to lie, artists refusing to censor. It looks like ordinary people saying, not here, not now, not ever.
Randy Allen Walker, thank you for your clarity, your courage, and this book.
Thank you, Derek. And thanks to everyone listening. The fact that you're here means you're already part of the resistance.
That's it for episode 3 of Unmasking Project 2025. You now have the information. You've seen the architecture plan, the cultural cost, and the way forward. The rest is up to us. If you found the series valuable, share it, post about it, organize a listening group. This isn't just a podcast, it's a warning and a toolkit. I'm Derek, and until next time, stay aware, stay engaged, and stay free.